Hi guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday for July 15th, 2015. Poured me up a glass of Trinity Homebrew's wine here. Very good wine that he made and sent to me. It's the berry wine that we drank last week. About halfway through the bottle now. And then we will give his other wine a try. So cheers guys. First thing I'd like to talk about this week is I got some beer related mail here. I'm going to go ahead and open this up and set it out on the bar, and I'll show you what I got. First of all, we got a beer kit here. It's a wheat kit. It's a summer wheat beer. It's got some grains in the bag. It's got flaked oats and flaked wheats. 8 ounces of both of those in the bag there. And then we got the liquid extract, 2 cans of that. It's a wheat extract. And then we got an alcohol boost packet. I'm sure that's just dextrose in there. And a bodybuilder, which is probably some malt extract. And then a yeast fuel tablet. I'm sure it's just like a yeast nutrient. This all comes as a kit. It was on sale. And then the priming sugar that goes in it when you bottle it. So I'll be making that up pretty soon. Also, that come with Cascade hops. So first time I'm actually going to add hops to a beer. So looking forward to that. And then I got a Cooper's English Bitter can kit. So I'll be making that up. I've heard a lot of people say that that's a really good can kit. And I got some Citra hops. Just wanted to try out the Citra hops. Also I got some Chittisan and Keosil to clear wine. My grape wine that I made last fall, if you remember, back in September. It hasn't cleared yet for me, so I'm going to try and put these clearing agents in and see if we can't get it to clear up. Also, along with this, I got some amber dry malt extract, 5 pounds of that. Never hurts to have some of that around. And I got 5 pounds of corn sugar also. And also, I got me a digital scale. It's all stainless steel. The bowl comes with it and everything, as you can see. Weighs in both grams, ounces, and pounds, all those measurements. It also has a built-in timer on it, so you can use it to time your brew as you're brewing. I think this will be a really handy tool when I start to brew beer more often. So I went ahead and picked that up. So I will let you guys know how this works out as soon as I get a chance to use it. So I'm ready to brew up a couple more beers. So that's my beer mail for this week. Next thing I want to do is show you guys an update in the garden. So let's go ahead and we'll go do that, and then we'll come back and talk about this. Okay, so I said I'd take you on a tour of the garden this week. We'll start with the raspberries. As you can see, the raspberries are putting off some fruit. We've been picking that about every other day now. Here's the corn, starting to get pretty tall. We've got onions growing there. Not too big yet, but... And there's a pumpkin plant. And then over here we got pumpkins and squash. They're kind of growing together there. But as you can see, we're getting some blossoms on them. Getting ready to get some fruit there. And more pumpkins. And then over here we have radishes. that are ready to be picked here. If you can see, we'll pull one up here. Pretty good sized radish there. It's salad radish is what that one is. So we got lots of radishes there. Then we got lemon cucumbers coming up. No blossoms on those yet. Not real sure that those aren't doing real well. Well, there's a couple of blossoms, it looks like. Then as you can see, the peas are pretty much done. And then in front of the peas we've got some other radishes here. We'll go ahead and pull one of those up. Radish. That's a regular radish there. And then we've got some other radishes over here that are about ready to be picked. Okay, and here's the gooseberry bush. As you can see, it's loaded with gooseberries. They're about ready to be picked. Getting close. They need to just sweeten up just a little bit more. But there's a look at the gooseberry bush. Here's a look at one of the peach trees. As you can see, it's got quite a bit of fruit on it. So hopefully we'll be making a peach wine soon. And then over here's the other peach tree. It doesn't have quite as many on it, but it's still got some on there. Should definitely at least get one batch, maybe 2 batches of peach wine this year. Here's a look at how the grapes are coming along. They're starting to produce pretty good. Don't think I have quite as many this year as I did last year, but still be definitely enough to make a batch of wine. And then here's the pear tree. Got quite a few pears on it this year. As you can see them up there. Starting to get pretty good size there. Not close to being picked yet, but they're coming along. And here's some of the tomatoes. As you can see, there's tomatoes there. Lots of little tomatoes coming in. Quite a few cherry tomatoes coming in. We got quite a few back in there. There's some onions. You can see the onions, but my cucumbers are starting to overtake the onions. So I don't know how many onions I'll get. But they're coming along nicely. And here's the cucumbers. See if we can find one down in here. There's a cucumber right there. Not quite ready to be picked yet, but getting there. A couple of cucumbers down in there. Cucumbers are coming along nicely. And these are the pear tomatoes. I don't see any actual tomatoes on it yet. I don't see any actual tomatoes yet, but there's definitely some blooms, so shortly we should be getting some of those. And here's the jalapenos, getting a few blooms on that. And the Anaheim pepper plants starting to grow pretty good. And the sweet pepper plants. So that's the tour of the garden and a little update on the garden. I'll keep you guys updated as things go along, as the summer goes along. So now we'll head back into the pub. There's a little update on the garden. Everything's coming along pretty well. Just need a little time to do a little bit of weeding out there, but everything's coming along great. So far I've picked 5 cucumbers and radishes and peas, and got about a half of a gallon bag full of raspberries that we haven't ate yet. So hopefully I'll be able to do at least a 1 gallon batch of raspberry wine pretty soon. So cheers to the garden. Okay, up next we're going to talk about this. This is the beer that I bottled last week. It's not quite ready yet. Still needs another week or two, but I did go ahead and get some labels made up for them. I'll show you that. It's called a Mounted Canadian Blonde. It come in at 6.8% ABV. Let me go ahead and insert a picture here. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the labels and the way they come out. So hopefully the beer tastes as good as the labels look. And the carrier is working out great, Eric. Thanks again for that. Okay guys, I think about covered everything that I wanted to cover this week. So I'll be checking out your videos over the next few days, and remember, there's always time for a glass of wine. Cheers.